Hold on. All right.
What to do, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of OTR Beyond the Ropes. This is your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Brown.
Hey, this is Trey, aka Treyway. We're back.
Yes, sir. So you already know Treyway. He did his live stream off of and for the War Games. He did a watch party. How did that turn out?
It was cool.
Yeah,
I ain't never been on stream that long. I was still tired from Thanksgiving, so I'm glad I had somebody there with me.
I bet. Who's with you, Tion?
Yeah, Tion's with me. And
Yeah,
y'all will remember Tion from the called viewer calling that I did with him talking about NXT earlier few episodes ago.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he tripped me out because I didn't even realize he was coming over. I thought he was gonna get on stream with me. Then he hit me up talking about what time you want me over. I was like, oh,
Right.
okay. I was like, cool.
Dang.
Yeah. Mr. Mike Drop couldn't do it because he was celebrating a birthday.
Yeah,
So how'd that go?
for sure. It was real low key. Just chill.
You and Mr. Rant hang out.
Yeah, for a little bit, he came and drugged me out.
Well, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the watch along was cool. I think I wouldn't mind doing more of those.
Mhm.
We can either do them in person, like I did for that one, or um we could do it like this. I was a little at first I was worried because I wanted to make sure because I didn't have any headphones in. I wanted to make sure that I didn't get any of the sound, any of the audio in there for copyright
Right.
reasons.
Right.
But when I went back and rewatched it, it looked like everything turned out good. We was talking most of the time anyway, so it wasn't really a lot of moments where you could hear it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and do what we normally do. What is your overall grade?
Mm. Mm. A solid B.
Oh, you said a D?
Oh no, no, no. I said a solid B.
Oh, I'm about to say D as in dog. Damn.
Nah, nah. A solid B. A solid B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It was okay. So the War Games matches, the girls ones was better than the dudes.
The girls had a lot of botches though.
It did have a lot of botches.
That shit was crazy. Me and Tion at one point started counting. Like,
Yeah, it was a lot of botches. Like even when what Io Sky got caught up on the apron,
hmm
yeah, and got her
oh, when
legs twisted up.
she tried to do it, she tried to do that move twice.
Yeah, she tried to do that moonsault.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, guys, it was pretty decent. I think the only match that was really bad was
Ronda.
the Ronda. Yeah, that's the only match.
Yeah. Cause we gonna get to the other ones. I would probably say I would give it a B also.
Yeah.
When you compare, because I'm not even gonna go back to the WCW War Games matches. If you just compare from NXT War Games matches, this would not be on the top of the list.
Oh,
Either one.
oh no. Mm-mm. Yeah, it wasn't. And one, the reason why I did so, all right, I'm back. So I would have loved to see even the solo matches utilize both rings.
hmm
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
but
trip.
see, they normally don't use both rings anyway when it's just a
Ah, but
regular match.
that's when you got to change it up. Like Triple H should have had like for the triple threat match.
Yeah,
That should have definitely like they should have utilized both sides of the ring.
I see. No, you right. You right. You right. So if
Yeah,
it's a match like that, definitely. Oh, one
AJ
thing
Styles
that
used it. Like
oh,
he used the other turnbuckle to the other ring to kind of
yeah,
catapult himself.
yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Mhm.
And then one thing that um, I'm not gonna say I was crazy irritated about it, but it did make me be like, okay, I wish they did this. I wish there was a top on the War Games ring. I mean, cages,
What's that? Oh,
like a
top.
top, like a cover, like the old WCW ones.
Mhm.
Because in NXT they were open, weren't they? Or were they
Yeah,
closed?
it was open on NXT.
Yeah, it was open because McAfee jumped off the top. Yeah,
Yeah.
so to me it just looks like you just got two big ass cages
Mhm.
or a big ass steel cage, as opposed when I think of war games, I think of like a Hell in a Cell type of structure.
Right.
Because like I said, in WCW, even with the AEW when they did Blood and Guts,
Mhm.
that one had a top on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's little, but that's something that I've always liked about the War Games matches. Like literally, there's no way
Well,
out
and
of it.
see, WCW, they had the War Games one, and then they had the three stages of hell.
Hmm.
That's when they had cage on top of cage on top of cage.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Like I
And
like
so,
stuff like that.
yeah. Well, I would have probably liked to see them use it more like how they used the fight pit
Hmm.
when Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle was in a fight pit. It should have been more of that kind of structure.
Yeah. So my thing is, so now you got Fight Pit, and then you got hell, and then you got a steel cage match. Now you got War Games. So none of your cages except for Hell in a Cell got a top on it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
And Triple H confirmed during his press conference that you know he is moving and transitioning away from Hell in a Cell, and Hell in a Cell will be only for match types. It won't be paper like a premium live event type.
I like that.
Yeah,
I've been calling for that forever.
yeah,
I hate the fact that I've always hated the fact that it was a pay per view called Hell in a Cell,
yeah.
and it was
So,
just Hell in a Cell matches just for the hell of it.
it was rumored that like it could low key be like Hell in a Cell could low key be combined with Money in the Bank.
That would be different. I wouldn't be mad at a Hell in a Cell
Because could you imagine they
ladder
all?
match.
Well, could you imagine them all fighting on top of Hell in a Cell for the Money in the Bank?
So you saying that they would keep it, they would put it above the cell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm thinking that shit, if they could just make the cage a little higher,
Nah, you
they
put
could
it
put it
you
inside.
nah you put it on top of the cell, and you're
Yeah,
fighting to escape to climb up on top of it.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at that. Because you notice, me and Tion was talking about this. You know, Bailey brought all them damn ladders in the war games. I think they only used it one. They only used one when they broke through it,
yeah.
and then another. I gave my rating right. I said a B. Yeah, a B overall. But I don't. One thing I didn't like was Alexa Bliss was a non-factor in
Well,
that match
that's why
until
I
she got
wanted to.
handcuffed. And as
Yeah,
soon as I saw those handcuffs, I thought about Jay.
yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, that's why I kind of wanted to wait and not do our ratings and stuff. I wanted to see the fallout of Raw, on Raw, what was going to take place. You know what I'm saying? Because there's
Hmm.
always going to be like a plot twist. And since we're talking about that, that was the first match, the women's War Games match. What would you give that rating?
I feel like I might be in the minority of this, but I might give it like a B minus C.
Really?
Yeah, I was
I gave it a B plus A minus.
I wasn't I don't know. I wasn't really impressed. If I'm being quite
Why?
honest.
Because of the botches?
Because of the botches and I don't know, it just didn't grab me.
I guess you probably wanted to see them more like how NXT does, where they're all dressing alike. They got the war paint and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that shit was dope. Like I liked the little small spots that they had. Like I liked Nikki doing the crossbody off the top.
Hmm.
I liked I liked EO doing her reverse. I mean, not her reverse, her moonsault. I
Hmm.
did like that. They got Bianca looking like damn the black female John Cena.
Well, I mean, Okay, so this is what I say. Like they had to have because Bianca was has been in a War Games match. They had to make her seem the more experienced. So she had to pretty much pull the weight of her team until Becky got in the mix.
Shit, I found out that cause I know because Io's been in them and Dakota Kai's been in every single one.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, Io, she was in two.
Yeah, I remember when she. I remember the last one I remember the last one that she was in, and then Rhea. I think Rhea's been in one too.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was in it. She actually teamed with Bianca
Hmm.
in the NXT War Games match. So of course, already she's outnumbered as far as War Games experience. So they had to make Bianca kind of look like the superhero of the group.
Hmm.
Everybody else is inexperienced until Becky got the mix. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because Becky, with Becky being introduced as um the last team member, like you already know what kind of impact she was gonna have.
Intro- she was introduced first, but came out last.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you already knew what kind of impact she was gonna have. You already knew that she
Hmm.
was gonna be the sole survivor, the captain, the person that was gonna save the team.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely like.
I'll
I
give it a.
love,
I'll go. I said B minus C plus. I'll. Yeah. I'm rewatching the highlights right now. I'm like, maybe I just need to watch it again.
dude. You got to man. Like I'm talking about, even with the foreign
Cause this
objects.
is weird. Cause when you watch something live, you gotta go back and watch it again sometimes.
And see, I watched it yesterday, so
So it's fresh.
yeah. And one thing, like when they used a lot of the weapons that they had, and they weren't pulling any
It
punches.
actually
You know
got
what I'm saying?
it actually got kind of absurd. And then them damn trash cans and them trash can lids. Sometimes the trash can wasn't denting properly. Like it
I
was just
mean,
a lot. It was a
okay,
lot.
see, you and Tion was being more critics than actually watching the match. That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting. That's what I'm getting.
I mean, they
Um,
they had some good shit.
dude, they were doing
Like when
they were
I
doing
just watched
headshots.
I just watched the move when EO jumped from the one rope to the other one and hit Bianca in the chest with that drop kick. That was dope.
Hmm.
And then when fucking Oscar hit Rhea with the mist,
Yeah,
so that took her out.
yeah.
So and then I figured Becky was gonna do it, and I knew because I was just waiting. They had that table set up forever, and I was like, whoever go through that table is gonna lose.
Right.
And then it was dope when Becky jumped off the top and did the leg drop. Like there was some dope moments in the match. I'm not saying that I hated it because
Yeah.
you said that you liked the women's match more. I actually like the men's match more because of the drama, but we'll get to that
I'm
later.
yeah. The more thing. Okay, so the reason why I like the women's match more, it was because I like melees, and I felt like it
Mm,
was more of a melee. The men's almost seemed too choreographed.
okay.
So that was my depiction on it. Because when I made sure I paid close attention to the War Games matches because when you start off with one and then you end with one, you kind of was like, all right, I got to see, like, do they both live up to the hype, or is one kind of significant? You know what I'm trying to say? Is one better
Significant.
than the other?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Alexa Bliss, her being a non-factor, what I saw is that she doesn't like taking back the back seat to anybody,
Mm,
and that actually is starting to play off on Raw. As you saw on Raw, she was spaced out when they were doing the backstage interview,
hmm
and I see a shift in character with her, and she's probably going to be the next person to. She actually might be the one to dethrone Bianca, to be honest.
mm. I don't know because they did well, yeah, because they set up a few feuds that we're going to see, like definitely getting Nikki and Alexa again.
Yeah.
Uh, definitely getting Mia and Rhea right now, not only because of the Judgment Day and OC.
Hmm.
Um,
You
Becky and
still
Bailey, that
well,
definitely getting Becky
Becky's
and
she's feuding
yeah,
with the whole damage control. So you know what I'm saying. She's gonna be picking apart. Like she's gonna be facing each and every one of them. So we see
yeah.
that. Damage control is still
They still beefing
feuding
with Candice LeRae.
Candace. Yeah, exactly. So um, you don't really have nothing for Bianca. Of course, Rhea could fight Bianca, but
I
she's in
mean,
the
they
mix.
teased it. They
Yeah,
did tease it.
but they're in the mix with
The
the
OC
OC versus Judgment Day. So when I saw Raw, I was like, yep, Alexa Bliss is next.
Oscar don't really got nothing to do right now either. Um,
Asuka, she's
unless her and Candice LeRae try to team up and go for the tag titles.
yeah. I kind of see Becky and Candice LeRae teaming up to go against Damage Control. Um,
I can see them teaming up, but I don't see them actually going for a
no,
title.
no, 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 no.
I definitely see Becky and Bailey getting that one on one feud. She's beefing with the
Yeah,
whole Damage Control right now, but it's going to end up being them two.
yeah,
And then Becky
yeah,
even mentioned it on Raw, like Damage Control been taking a lot of losses
yeah.
because Bailey's lost every single championship match to Bianca. That's like three in a row.
Mhm.
Damage Control, they haven't had anybody to feud with,
Yeah.
and then they lost in Crown Jewel.
Mhm.
Uh, or they didn't fight at Crown Jewel. That was a one on one match, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
they just came out the
No,
hell.
no, 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 no. Damage Control. They had a championship tag team championship match at Crown Jewel
Oh, okay.
because Alexa and Oscar lost.
Oh yeah.
Remember they won it the Monday
They oh
before,
yeah, they
and
came
then
out. They
yeah,
came out to win to help to try to help Bailey.
yeah.
Okay. And then Damage Control just lost his War Games match. So Damage Control has been taking a lot of L's recently.
Well,
And they
probably
gonna
what
man, looks like they gonna keep doing it.
what looks like is about to happen. I think. Sorry. The next premium live event is Royal Rumble. So what I see happening is it's going to be a tourney for number one contender. Everybody's going to have to face everybody. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen for that.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then I saw something that said, wait, no, never mind. I'm thinking about the men. Uh so you saw the Bray Wyatt symbol pop up behind Alexa again?
What on Monday?
Yeah, did it?
Mm-mm. I ain't see it. I might have missed it. I might have to go back.
Because there's a video, this guy that I watch, and he does things you might have missed. And his thumbnail is a picture of Alexa talking backstage, and it's the Bray Wyatt symbol popped up on the damn TV screen.
I don't know if that was old.
It might have been old, but it says that it was new. It says it was done yesterday.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I meant to. I meant to. I haven't watched it yet. But either way, because at first I thought that with the turn that uh tried to change in character that Liv is doing, that she would be the one to join up with Bray, especially since he's already on SmackDown.
Mhm.
But SmackDown actually needs more women, and definitely
Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
I could definitely
What?
see Alexa Bliss going over there.
Yeah.
She don't necessarily because remember when she fought Ronda and got destroyed
You
for the
said what?
championship. Remember when she fought Ronda and Ronda was flipping her around like a damn cartoon character by her arm,
Oh
just
yeah.
flipping her like that. And when she beat her for the title,
Yeah.
see if she goes dark again and rejoins Bray, not even dark, but changes her character again, I can see that being the character that could get some get back and dethrone Ronda. I can see that possibly happening because
Oh,
Alexa would
it
be
did
huge.
pop up. It was at the
Okay,
beginning. Yeah.
okay,
See. Hold on.
okay.
Yeah. For all those who haven't seen it, I'm trying to get in the camera view. Hold on. I don't know. It's not working right.
Oh, there
Probably
you
because my phone is black.
go.
Well, anyway, the Wyatt 6 symbol was in the popped up on the monitor. So pretty
which
much
means it's pretty much confirmed at this point because they keep doing it.
for her. So Uncle Howdy
Yeah.
is calling Alexa Bliss.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Getting the
Unfinished
band back
business.
together.
Yeah. Unfinished business.
All right, so let's move on from that one. Um, yeah, I think there's definitely going to have to be a shift in the women's division because, like you said, Bianca really has nobody to fight. Becky is freshly back as face, so she's not going to fight Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca's not turning heel, so
Mm-mm. Not yet, anyway.
yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe after the OC Judgment Day, maybe Mia Yim could turn heel, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Um. All right. So next was
let's go ahead and get the Ronda match out the way.
oh, it was a waste of time, honestly.
Because
That
honestly,
one,
didn't they start with like three women's matches in a row?
nah. Ron, they had that one.
Because
Then
the
it
women's War
was
Games, and I could have sworn Ronda and them was next.
nah. It was Judgment Day. It
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
was Finn versus AJ.
yeah. I just want to go ahead and get this Ronda and Shotzi out the way. All right, so we knew what was going to happen. Shotzi
Yeah.
never stood a chance. I like Shotzi. They trying to do that. They're doing this whole new thing with Ronda. I do like her and Shayna being together. I do like that Shayna came out with her.
Yeah.
Um, it gives Ronda more of that heel persona because Ronda doesn't need backup to beat anybody. Um, we're still waiting on Charlotte to make her return. Now she needs to come back to SmackDown. So, like I just said, they're lacking in star power with the women. And Ronda is the one that beat her for it. Charlotte will come back. She may not stay this, but she's definitely going to come back as a face. The fans will treat her like a face. She can
Mm-hmm.
easily do something to turn heel again. But
Yeah.
with Ronda being the big heel, it's you either want to get the belt off of Ronda before Charlotte comes back, so Charlotte could come and be a heel, or you want to bring Charlotte back, and then she may not even worry about the title right away. She may start feuding with somebody else real quick, and then eventually go after Ronda. What you think?
Nah, I think she's going straight after Ronda.
Hmm.
I think she's going to be more of a support role, like Shayna and Ronda are going to be jumping somebody, and then all of a sudden we get Charlotte's entrance. You know what I'm saying?
Because with Charlotte's never really been a tweener. She's either been full face or full heel.
Yeah, or she's never been the person to assist anybody.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? You never seen her run
Except
out from
Becky
the. Yeah, you never. Of course, that was the only time you never really seen
when they
her.
had the whole sipping tea thing.
Hmm. You never really seen
Yeah.
her run from the back, being the superhero and all of that. So that would be interesting to see. Definitely going to get the same persona. Because I was going to ask, do you
Hmm.
think that Charlotte could do a persona switch, or because her
I
name,
mean, yeah.
she has to stay the same?
Well, Persona Switch, as in Becky when
You
she
know.
was the champion, she was two-time Bex or two belt Bex. Then now she's back
Hmm.
to being the man. Now
Hmm.
Charlotte is always the queen,
Yeah.
but her queen persona is that of an
Ric
arrogant
Flair.
bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is all like I want her to kind of step away from Ric Flair, but I don't know if it'll work.
Nah, because even when Ric Flair, see the thing about Ric Flair is even when he was a face, he was still damn near a heel.
Yeah.
She's not going to stop wooing. She's not going to stop strutting.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think she could possibly do a change. I think that if they really want to go all in on this Ronda heel persona, I think that it's best if Charlotte does do a change when she comes back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's taking her so long. She don't know what the hell to do. I don't know.
Possibly.
And then, could we see Ronda and Shayna going after the tag titles? Because that would be dope, and then they'll probably be champions forever.
I don't want to see that.
I can see Ronda. I can see them having Ronda actually be a dual champion,
Yeah,
have her be the women's champion and tag team at the same time.
yeah.
And then because it's looking like at this point, I know what you said the last time we was on live about Sasha having signed a contract with WWE, but at this point, I'm gonna just have to believe it when I see it.
Oh, I'm not even I'm not even
It's
worrying about
taking
it.
so long for them to come back.
Well, she's doing so much promoting with other stuff. She's working on the is it the second and third phase of the Mandalorian? So she's doing her own thing. I'm the same way. Well,
I don't know where the hell Naomi
they've
is.
even they even said that, like, even Triple H has said what? Okay, I'm gonna get to that. But even Triple H has said that it takes time to figure out the right time to bring somebody back. So if not anytime, like, literally, I see Sasha Banks. If she comes back, I see her being the 30th entry at the
Royal
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble. hmm
Hmm. I
And
can see that.
I see her getting her get back at WrestleMania against Bianca Belair.
So do you see Naomi returning in the Royal Rumble as well?
So Naomi said that she is fine. Uh, and when she means fine, she's like at a good place. She's not talking about money. She's not talking about work or nothing like that. I don't think. I think Naomi is good being at home.
She might be.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Look how much residual income uh Jimmy
Jimmy.
Uso is bringing home now. Like, do she
Yeah.
really need to work?
I mean, she don't need to.
I mean,
She
she
probably
could.
did. She didn't need to before that. Before they walked out.
I mean,
I
she
mean,
could
I
be.
mean, maybe I don't know their lifestyle, so I
She
don't know.
could. She could be set. She could be setting up to become a mom
That is true.
because he has kids, but she doesn't.
Yeah, and I think they actually did an episode on that on Total Divas years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But and that would be crazy. Like if she ended up pregnant, and the only way she even had the time to do it. Well, she had the time to do it because Jimmy's always gone. He's on Raw and SmackDown.
Well, she does travel with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she
He's
just
been in the
doesn't. She's
hotel.
just never backstage like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, they said that. Oh, I was about to say, yeah. That she got this time now to start a family because she got pissed at Vince. That's hilarious to me.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that I read something that said the reason why Aaliyah isn't even hurt anymore. They said she hasn't been on TV because she didn't have any significant storylines leading up into any of the recent premium live events. So they didn't want to just put her on TV and have her just getting squashed by people that had storylines.
Yeah.
So she could possibly be coming back.
Yeah.
So with Royal Rumble being around the corner, we damn near see everybody come back because the women's roster, it's thin because they brought in Mickey James from Impact, which was great. I love they did that. I wish they would do more of it.
Yeah.
They always bringing back legends.
hmm
Like Michelle McCool probably gonna be in this one too. She's in every single one.
Honestly, I really see, with it being a Triple H and Shawn Michaels regime. I honestly see some NXT people being in the Royal Rumble.
They should have been done that. They should have always used their own people that
Yeah.
aren't legends. I understand with the nostalgia of it, but after the first couple years, I don't need this. I don't need to see like Alondra Blaze and people like that and
and,
Kelly
and
Kelly, like
and see, and I like, and I wanted to
Tori
kind of,
Wilson.
and I kind of wanted to go throwback, where you have all three champions in the ring, the current champions, and whoever's the winner of the Royal Rumble has to pick which one they challenging for. You remember, like, when Batista did it with Triple H and who was it? Triple H and, was it John Cena at the time?
It was like '05.
Yeah. And you remember he decided to challenge
Triple
no,
H.
it wasn't John Cena because he beat John Cena in the Royal Rumble. It was supposed
Was it
it was
JBL?
Yeah, it was somebody like that, and I know he had to pick the two, and he ended up picking Triple H to fight.
because they did the whole thumbs up,
Yeah,
thumbs down thing. Well, do you remember they kind of did that with the women before when Charlotte won it. She didn't pick the Raw or SmackDown. She picked Rhea Ripley and won the NXT championship.
yeah, yeah, because she said that she wanted to face someone she's never faced before or something like that.
Mhm. Which initially I was all for her winning the NXT championship, but the way they booked it, it just. Ugh.
Yeah,
And then,
it was no significant build up. Like she showed up there a couple times, but it just wasn't a good enough story. Like you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Yeah.
Question: Do you think we see the Bella twins in the Rumble, or at least one of them?
If anybody you see is gonna be
Nikki,
nah, you possibly could see both.
because I haven't heard any word. Because Nikki's hosting that show now that comes on after Raw,
Yeah,
that bar karaoke show,
yeah,
and I don't know what the hell Bree's doing, but I know that they did say that they wanted to come back and do a title run with the tag team championships, and it will be good because they would give it some relevancy. People will actually talk about it more if the Bellatons were the tag champs because
yeah.
nobody cares about damage control.
I
I,
kind of
I I like them both, but
yeah, I kind of don't see them doing it.
I mean, because you know what I'm saying, they kids is growing up. They're not infants
No,
anymore.
I mean I get that.
So
I'm just
they would have the time, and if Nikki can shoot a show, then she probably could wrestle just being on limited schedule.
yeah,
But yeah, so the Ronda Shotzi, what you giving that a D?
yeah, yeah. If it wasn't for Shotzi, I would have gave it an F
Hmm.
because Shotzi kind of pulled her, even though she had a couple Her botches are not botches. It's Ronda causing the botches.
Yeah,
Like when she tried to do that Hurricanrana to the outside and Ronda fell like flicked it and they hit the edge of the ring like that jump. I was
hmm.
like, oh my goodness, that was horrible. Like Ronda can still not take a bump. She falls.
Ronda
She falls like she's still fighting in MMA.
Ronda needs to change her music too if she's going to be a heel.
Yeah, like in the more so because of the fact that she's moved away from the Roddy Piper type thing.
Yeah, like she still has the same logo, the same
Yeah,
colors. Like it's giving Roddy Piper, and Roddy Piper was a great heel,
like
but his music, it could sound like a heel with the bagpipes. It could be heel or face.
and see, but
Ronda's song doesn't give it. I know the song is called Bad Reputation, but
yeah,
the song just doesn't give me like
nah, that's a
heel.
pump up. That's a pump up song.
Yeah.
Like
Like Shayna Baszler's song is a heel song.
yeah, when you think of Roddy Piper's music, it sounds like a war battle of a heel. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
I could see that mixed with like a Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Like you remember Drew McIntyre's old music when he was a Scottish psychopath. He had a
Hmm.
bagpipe.
Yeah, that
That
was dope.
like that was so dope, man. So like her, yeah, she kind of needs one. Like even when you listen to Finn, and we're gonna get to their match next. He, how he has his original music mixed in with the Judgment Day music, yo, that junk is so dark. I'm like, oh man. The more I listen to it, I'm just like, yeah, that fits his persona so good.
Hmm. Nah, I'm, I'm with that. So yeah, you just mentioned it. We'll go ahead and talk about Finn versus AJ. Uh, compare this one to the match they had in 2017.
Um,
This is when AJ was a last minute replacement because it was supposed to be uh, the Demon versus I don't know if it was the Fiend or if it was just regular Bray Wyatt, but it was supposed to be Bray Wyatt, and Bray got sick, so he couldn't make the trip. So Kurt Angle called in a favor to was it Mick Foley, or Mick Foley called in a favor to Kurt Angle
yeah,
and got AJ to come in, and it was the Demon versus AJ, and
Mhm.
Finn won that one. And then they
Mhm.
had the moment at the end with the two sweet, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, everybody was hyped. It was the first time we had ever seen them in the ring together, going against each other. That match was lit.
So the reason, so what made this match so good and better than that is because they acknowledge their New Japan history, something
Hmm.
that WWE has never done. That Triple H acknowledges everybody's history prior to um, prior to WWE. For him, for the commentators to put in an atmosphere that their feud goes all the way back to Bullet Club, I'm like, oh, y'all did it perfect.
Hmm.
Y'all did it perfect.
And the
Perfect
thing is,
storytelling.
it's perfect because, and they actually acknowledge the fact that Carl Anderson didn't travel to Japan for the open weight championship tournament.
Yep.
They mentioned that. Now they've actually started mentioning New Japan back when AJ first debuted in the Royal Rumble, because they said that he was a former IWGP champion just like Brock Lesnar.
Hmm.
So
But the
they've
fact
been
that
mentioned, but
they
this is the first time they've actually like acknowledged it that way.
they acknowledged it to the
Yeah.
point that Finn was the leader of the Bullet Club. AJ came in, then AJ became the leader. Finn came back and pronounced his leader pronounced his leadership of Bullet Club, but AJ said that there is no leader of Bullet Club, that we are all just one. So for them to tell that story, and I remember it happening in Bullet Club. I remember watching that. You know what I'm saying? For them to bring that history into current, that was perfect storytelling.
I need to go back
So
and watch that because I know a good amount of the history between uh Bullet Club, and but I don't remember Finn going back to New Japan when AJ was there.
it was dirt. It wasn't like he went away and then came back. It was more so like I don't know if he had got injured or something, but he had took some time, and it was pretty much like the battle of leadership.
Yeah, because I remember when this is what I remember. Finn was about to go to WWE, so he got kicked out of Bullet Club,
Yeah,
and then that's when they started recruiting. Like, remember when they said Jeff Jarrett is everywhere? Jeff Jarrett was rolling with the Bullet Club at that point, and uh and then they announced that AJ was there, and then AJ became the leader. And then when he got kicked out by Kenny and the Bucks,
yeah,
that's when Kenny became the leader, and then the whole Cody thing, and then from that
yeah,
point on, then Jay White came and all that.
yeah.
But yeah, I was hyped. This match was everything I thought it was going to be.
Hmm.
I would give this match an A.
Yes, for sure.
Um, no Rhea and no Mia because they were just involved in the War Games match literally right before this.
Hmm.
So I like the
Yeah,
realistic storytelling with that.
I was happy that AJ won.
Yeah.
Um,
So now they're tied 1-1 in their one-on-one matches at
so
pay-per-views.
to keep it, on an upgoing, watching Raw, where I was happy, and I was about to text you, and I was gonna be like, "Yo, um, wouldn't it be dope if they let the females fight the men in this match?" And lo and behold, it happened.
Hmm.
All I was waiting for is to see one of the men like power slam the women. I think we've gone beyond that whole chivalry aspect of men not fighting women, women not fighting men. You know what I'm saying?
When you have women like Rhea Ripley or Mia Yim that are picking people up and can body slam them, it's kind of like. And then honestly, I read this that people on the internet in these wrestling internet streets are upset with Triple H because they said that they think that he's building Rhea too much like China.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah.
When you look at Judgment Day, they look at it kind of looks like DX, like Dominic is X Pac. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
uh,
Damien Triple H.
yeah, Damien's Triple H, Finn is Shawn Michaels, and
Mhm.
you just missing the New Age Outlaws, but they came at a later time. But
Mhm.
definitely, I mean, you 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 did a trial error with Nia Jax when she was in the men's Royal Rumble, and it
Exactly.
was
But you saw
and it
she
was
took a bump. She
success.
took a RKO.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was success. She took a 619.
And she eliminated like 3, 4 people.
Right. So you knew that it can work. We just need the right individuals to do it. You wanted to see if it could happen in the mixed tag team challenge, that challenge that they had on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I mean,
They did it like a regular
yeah,
mixed match
you
where
tag a female, the other female had
the
to
women
come in.
fight. Like they even did it. Remember when Baron Corbin hit Becky Lynch with that in the days? That shit was crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I'm not saying that you need to have somebody the size of Candice LeRae fighting Bobby Lashley. I ain't saying
Oh
all
no,
that.
no, no.
I'm not saying that. If it makes sense for the storyline, I have no problem with it.
Exactly.
Cause they do it in other promotions. Like Impact still has mixed intergender matches.
Yes.
Shit. What was it? Tessa Blanchard before she got involved in all that BS. She had won the Impact World Championship.
Mhm.
Remember, she beat Sammy Callahan for it,
Yep.
and that was a big deal because she was the first ever woman to hold a title like that. Because remember, at first it was China because she held the Intercontinental Championship.
Mhm.
So
And
it
what's
could
his
be done.
name? Zack Ryder, formerly known as Zack Ryder. What's his new
Matt Cardona, his real name.
Matt Cardona. He always fights females in the independent circuit
Hmm.
in GW. In, what is it? GCW.
Yeah, and remember when I sent you that video, Ty Mello, and she reposted it, and it was
Mhm.
of her taking that mean ass super kick. So
So yeah, that match was definitely a A. Going to the next match, we talk about Bobby Lashley versus um Seth Rollins versus Austin Theory.
Austin
So
Theory, aka Mr. Beyblade, I was like, yo, what the is this? I was like, why is he walking out with this Beyblade thing? I thought it was. I looked at Tia and I was like, yo, that's supposed to be happening. Like, why is it a Beyblade ad behind this man as he's walking down to the ring? That shit threw me all the way off.
yeah, so I knew he was gonna win.
Did you?
Yeah, I knew he was gonna win.
Well, I figured I did say when if you watch the watch along, I'm about to say ride along. If you watch the watch along, I did say that I wasn't surprised that he won because we can speak about this going forward with the men's war games. They didn't want to keep the title on Seth for too long because what eventually going to get pushed to the main championship. So I
Mhm.
didn't think they were going to keep him with a mid card title. Bobby has that feud with Brock still bubbling, so I know that's not going to be for. If Bobby were to win, I know he's not going to feud with Brock for a lesser title
Yeah,
than the WWE Championship. So, in all theory, no pun intended, it made the most sense for Austin Theory to win.
yeah, it did.
And
I
they're trying
kind
to
of
do this redemption arc with him to let it be known that just because he failed with that cash in, they're not throwing him to the side.
right. So like, and I like the way how it ended. I like the little rollover pin.
Hmm.
Um, it overall it was a good match. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from it. It was a good match overall.
So, what you giving it? Like a B?
I give it a B plus
Yeah.
for a triple threat match. Yeah, it was definitely good.
And then so on Raw, I kind of I was I wasn't really paying attention when Seth came out. I don't know what the hell he was wearing though.
Bro, yeah. He caught me with wearing the Jamie Foxx see-through shirt.
He already got them extensions in his head. Them blonde extensions.
No, it's his hair. He just highlighted it.
Nah, shit, it should look fake as hell to me.
It
But
do look fake only because it's so blonde, but he dyed his
yeah,
real hair. Um, but that troll, shut up and let them sing. I was like, oh, that's the realest doggone. That was a good ass promo. That was
At first, I was thinking they're gonna find a way to keep Theory busy and shoehorn him into a feud with Ali.
a good. They might. I mean, Seth is probably gonna he's gonna have a rematch.
Which he probably won't win.
Not that rematch.
Hmm.
If he does, I want if he wins it again, I want him to go to Triple H
And relinquish
and
it.
and says that he wants to trade this in for a chance at the WWE Championship or the undisputed championship.
Okay, so with that being said,
Title for title.
with that being said, so I guess that means that you don't see him winning the Royal Rumble then.
I didn't say that. But
Because if he's gonna trade in for a title shot, because personally I think Cody might win the Rumble. I mean that's a
okay,
popular
see, this
choice.
is the thing. If you trade in for a title shot, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be right away. You know, they're good at pulling it. It's just
Yeah, but then I don't see. But then shit, that kind of that's like having
it's
a
guaranteed.
second money in a. That's like having a second money in the bank. If you could just guarantee, if you could just offer up a secondary title for a title shot, I don't
This
see the difference
happened.
between that and Money in the Bank.
This happened before.
Mm.
It just guarantees it. So we already see like that. KO's gonna get a he's gonna get another title match. Um,
Hmm.
he's not gonna win, but we all know it's about to be some stuff happening with the bloodline. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
well, shit. Well, shit. Now that we've given our grades, let's go ahead and just get into the War Games match. Finish this off. So
I'm not saying that it was bad, but I'm still it was
what you
still an
what
A.
I'm
It was
about to
still an A.
say? I was like, what's your grade though?
The the story okay. I'm still gonna give it an A. Simply because of the ending. It has some dope aspects, even though it was choreographed, like the 25 beats of
When they did it simultaneously.
yeah, yeah, they did all five of them, so that was dope. Hey man, you gotta give it up to Butch, man. That man was taking some bumps, man.
Hmm.
That
I
man
mean,
was taking some bumps.
he's the wildest one in the match, so it makes sense that he would take the wildest bumps. But
He was getting thrown.
the real question is, what do you think about the storyline they were telling the entire night, starting from the night before on SmackDown?
The whole lying with Sammy lying, saying he didn't talk to KO when he told Jay, and then Roman called
Hmm.
him and he told Roman the truth. And I love the storyline. Like
And then when
um
they were in the match, uh, Roman calling Jimmy back and sending Sammy in to go in
mm,
after Jay.
mm-hmm.
Jay starting the match.
Yeah.
Jay getting the pin.
Yep. Oh shit.
Like
Hold on.
it was all right.
Charge the laptop up.
Now, like the way they did that was so perfect. Like the when Jay super kicked Sammy by accident.
Yeah. It's just how he looked at him. And like I
Mhm.
like the fact that like Sammy was like, I got you. Like and it was showing him
Jimmy was trying
fading.
to Jimmy trying to pull up Sammy and Jay saying, "No, leave him."
Yeah.
Like that, like because the thing was, I liked it because Jay was literally willing to sacrifice the match because he don't fuck with Sammy.
Mm-hmm.
That move right there, if one of them had got taken out, that could have ended it. That could have ended
Yeah.
it.
And like I'm talking
And
about
it shows his
pulling the tables,
selfishness.
yeah, pulling the tables away from each other. Um, then you got Sammy who stepped on the table when Jay tried to pick it up. But I like the aspects of him saving Jay looking at him confused, like, why you
Hmm.
do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have did that for you. Why you do that for me and
Yeah,
stuff? And
I
then
liked it. I liked it because a lot of times in these matches, like Sammy teaming up with KO or doing something nefarious, or Sammy costing the Bloodline the match was honestly very predictable,
yeah,
and I'm
like
glad that it didn't go that way.
I like the whole aspect of how Sammy stopped Team Sheamus from winning.
Hmm.
He didn't have to hit KO. He grabbed the ref's hand. I love
Yeah.
the silent interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The fact that he low blowed him, and then he hit him with
Hmm.
the haluva kick,
And then
which
he low blowed him and then picked him up, placed
he
him in the corner.
uh-huh. And then like when he hit him with the haluva kick, he caught him. You know what I'm saying? And that showed their past. That was a past rendition of what they went through at NXT. Because he did that same thing
Hmm.
when he turned on KO after KO turned on him.
Hmm. And then
So
after he hit him with the kick, and then he told Jay, get up there."
yeah,
And like
no,
this is you.
he gave him his offering, his
He's like,
sacrifice.
this is you.
I'm letting you take it because I just like how he looked at Roman after he low blowed him, and Roman
Hmm.
gave that nod like do it, and he
Hmm.
ran to the corner and he hit him with that haluva kick.
I also love the fact that Roman had a chair inside the Shark Tank. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Roman was
like
sitting down.
boss move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then I also, okay, in War Games matches, kind of like Hell in a Cell, do you think that if they added blood into it, it would make it better? Because I know
Of
Triple
course,
H said Triple H wants to go away from blood.
of course, it would have made it better.
AEW has calmed down. But if you're doing a Hell in a Cell or a War Games match, I feel like blood is somewhat necessary. It's called War
Okay,
Games.
yeah. So we got glimpses of accidental blood, like Roman's arm was scratched up. Like so,
Yeah,
Triple H is more on the aspect like if you bleed,
it's got to
you
be
bleed.
natural.
Yeah, he's not doing
No more,
blading,
no blading.
no, nothing like that. So like Bobby Lashley having that freaking stab wound on his chest. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember where that came from. Like
I know
what match was he in to where he got a freaking flash on his chest?
I know that bitch hurt when he was in the shower.
Dude, I missed that whole thing because it was like it happened on Raw, and then next thing you
I
know,
was
you see
looking
them.
at it. I was like, yo, that is a mean ass scratch on his chest.
You look at the next Raw, and I'm like, yo, his
He got it
chest is
patched up.
pink. Yeah, his chest is pink. Like, what happened? Did I miss him like doing some kind of move where
Maybe when he was beating up Ali in the back, he got scratched by accident.
I was like, dang.
And
But
then, what do you think
yeah,
of
go ahead.
Solo's performance?
Okay, so Solo definitely like I love the fact that Solo is the reincarnated version of Umaga.
Hmm.
I would have man. Do you know what would have made that war game so much perfect
What?
if the Bloodline would have had the Samoan war paint on their face?
Hmm.
Take it back to what Jimmy and Jay used to do.
Hmm.
That would
That'd
have
be
been
funny as
so
shit.
dope.
That should have been lit. Sammy would have been looking like Sting.
Right. Then you would have had Solo would have had the Umaga face paint. You know what I'm saying? It would have just been like it's so many different ideas that could have played into that I don't even think that they really brought that to the table. See, you put somebody like us in the backstage with creative, we would have thought about
Hmm.
ideas like this that would have made it just so
Yeah,
much even better.
yeah, I agree. And then, all right. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up was, all right. You know now that Jay has full confidence in Sammy. He loves
Mhm.
him. He don't beef with him no more. He don't do none of that shit.
Mhm.
Now, rumor rumor has it that Sammy will be challenging Roman at Elimination Chamber.
Mm.
for the championship. Now the
Mm-hmm.
question is, how do we get there? Because Elimination Chamber is in February 18th, I think. So it will be after the Rumble. So does that mean that Sammy wins the Royal Rumble? Because we keep talking about Cody and Seth, and Sammy could win it, and it could be like when Randy won it when he was part of the Wyatt family.
Okay, so if it comes down to Sammy, since you brought that up, if Sammy wins the Royal Rumble, it's only gonna be because him and KO are left in the ring.
Mm,
It's either that or it's like three other people are in there. Like it could be Jimmy J, Sammy, and Solo and KO. And KO just started eliminating everybody. And while he's in the midst of eliminating one of the bloodline members, Sammy flips KO over.
mm,
Or he could flip KO and Jay over. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
At the same time. Because it's an opportunity for that over blood.
mm,
And KO on Raw, KO did spark something that you could definitely see Sammy thinking about it because he said, "While they might be your family, they will never be your blood, or you will never
mm,
be their blood." And you kind of see Sammy like, "Damn, he's right." You know what I'm saying?
mm.
Um, a lot of people were thinking that it's Solo because Solo never holds up. He didn't hold up the ones after they won. He just stayed like this.
Cool. Solo.
But I was just like, that's his persona, you know. He's the
Yeah,
bodyguard. He's the
yeah.
bodyguard.
Just like when they were celebrating, right when they was get right when Solo was about to go over there and hug him because he's not the real Raw. That's when KO came out.
hmm Um.
But yeah, I just think that was
Oh,
interesting that people are saying that Sammy could be challenging Roman at Elimination Chamber.
so another thing too, it was that, and it was what you might have missed, and it was the fact that when they won, how Sammy looked back at KO when they were celebrating, and Roman looked at Sammy, and then he looked at how he was looking at KO. Roman still don't trust Sammy.
Yeah, because you saw he gave Sammy the hug after.
But he still don't trust him.
I mean, shit, ain't much more. It ain't much more Sammy could do to prove himself to Roman. I mean, shit,
Mm-mm.
he can't really do anything else. But I'm thinking, yeah, I kind of get the feeling that Roman's kind of been setting Sammy up this whole time,
hmm
and he's using like it's paid dividends. They literally just won the War Games match because of Sammy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like on some. If it plays out how you just said with Royal Rumble, I could see Roman giving Sammy a pet talk in the back before the Royal Rumble match and be like, "Do what needs to be done, or make the right choice," and Sammy making the wrong choice.
So what in that case would be the right choice? Sammy to eliminate himself or not win it? Or make sure someone else in the bloodline wins it? Because I'm pretty sure Roman don't want to fight nobody in the bloodline. If he did, then it would be on some WCW, I'm gonna lay down for you type shit, NWO stuff. Like
Exactly.
what is the finger poke of doom?
hmm Yep.
God,
But like I said, but like I said, there also could be that plot twist where they make an announcement that officially the WWE Championship will be on the line in the Royal Rumble match.
mm-hmm.
Roman starts it off as number one.
And what if he gets eliminated by Sammy?
Something's gonna happen and he'll get eliminated, and then that leaves it an open ballpark to somebody else becoming.
And it would be he would eliminate Roman, but it wouldn't be to win the whole thing. It would be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
So that way somebody else wins the WWE championship.
or it could be like he somehow inadvertently helps KO eliminate Roman.
Mm.
Because this thing with KO is going to go on for a little bit, and I think it's going to extend all the way into Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and then that's where it probably will end because, like I said, if the point is to not really sure what they're trying to do for WrestleMania with Roman, because
Yeah,
I don't think this is the one where the Rock would he would be fighting the Rock with it. It would be the one after, or would it
yeah,
be
and
this one
they actually said that The Rock is scheduled to be. Rumors is that The Rock is scheduled to be
at this one?
at Royal Rumble.
No, I'm talking about at
No, I know that for WrestleMania, but they're saying that it's rumored that he's scheduled to be at Royal Rumble as well.
now. See, that would be dope if the Rock came out and then just like his music hit, so they could start setting the stage for it.
And it would be
Because who?
distractions.
hmm Because whoever uh fights Roman at either Royal Rumble, if Roman's not in the match, or at Elimination Chamber, whether it be Sammy or whoever, they're not going to win yet. Roman's not going to lose that title until either during or after WrestleMania.
Well, it's already scheduled that Sammy and KO are going to be fighting the Usos at WrestleMania for the undisputed tag team championship.
Okay, so then this scenario of Sammy fighting him at Elimination Chamber actually could be true.
Right.
That's what they
Um.
want to do. Things could change because when shit gets out too quick, sometimes they'll change it.
Yeah, and not saying like Royal Rumble could still happen to where Roman drops a title, and that's what sets up the feud with and KO and Sammy versus the Usos.
Mm. Yeah, because this whole time, not Jay, Jimmy has never wavered on Sammy. He's always been with Sammy.
Yeah.
But if Sammy pulls some mess that costs Roman either his title, one of his titles, or does something nefarious, I can see
Mhm.
that finally being the thing that breaks the camel's back as far as with that.
Jimmy over the edge. And
Hmm
like I could see Sammy coming out trying to apologize, saying that it was on accident, it wasn't on purpose, and that's when Jimmy finally snaps and he's like, "Yo, you broke our family. Like we called you family. Like we brought you in and everything like that, man. You ain't nothing."
It would be hilarious if Jay was the one trying to defend him. Be like, hey man, what he did for me at what he did for me, what he did for us at War Games. I never thought I'd say this, but I believe that Sammy wouldn't do that on purpose. Like some stuff like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
The tables flip, and
Yep.
Solo just being Solo. But shit, yeah, man. Um, that's really all I got. You got anything else?
Uh, no, I think that's it. I mean, me personally, I feel like it's gonna be a new champion at Royal Rumble. That's just all I say.
Just some way it's going to be. We just got to figure out. The fun part now is just trying to figure out how we get there
Yeah. Yeah.
because there's so many players that either haven't been on TV or that could pop up, and
Oh,
so
I
many
think
different scenarios.
so. I do got a question. What
What's
you
that?
what you think about this LA Knight and Bray Wyatt thing that they got going on?
I like it. Um,
You think it's just they're using this as a build up to Bray Wyatt's character?
hmm He needs
Because
somebody to fight. LA Knight needs somebody to fight.
something is telling me that Bray will still bring out the persona of the Fiend because he's mentioned it. He mentioned it on SmackDown. How he was like, I know y'all all want to see me become the Fiend again, and just referencing the Fiend. And then we got Uncle Howdy. So a lot of people think because they showed that rattlesnake that Uncle Howdy is Randy Orton.
Mm. The same Randy Orton that they said might have to retire because his back is so bad.
Yes.
So that could be a
So
smoke screen.
so what it is that it goes back to when Randy Orton burned Sister Abigail's house down. They're saying that Randy Orton inherited the power of the Fiend or of Bray Wyatt,
Oh Lord.
and it's going and but that's how he was able to destroy him. He set him on fire. He's always had that. He's always had control of Bray.
I mean, hell, he's always had something. Remember when he joined the wire film and his eyes started flickering and shit?
Exactly. It's going all the way back to that.
And he did heal from getting shot in the face with some fire pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He only wore the mask for
Yeah.
like a week.
Yeah. So when they seen that rattlesnake, they were like, "Uh-oh, hold on. This like it was a viper." So they were like, "Could Randy Orton be the Uncle Howdy?"
And who knows? Because that the the Uncle Howdy face is kind of deformed a little bit. Think that could play into it?
Yeah. And the fact that it was Alexa Bliss that caused Bray to lose to Randy Orton,
Hmm. But now
which
but
he's
now she's getting
calling
called. Yeah.
he's calling Alexa Bliss back.
Who's calling her though? Is it Bray or is it Uncle Howdy?
No, I mean me personally. Okay, so the whole cult, the little cult of Wyatt symbol, that's Uncle Howdy symbol.
Hmm.
So if they, who I forget who had said it, they were saying like if it is Randy Orton had that control over Alexa Bliss, which made her turn on the scene. So he has that power to bring her back into that mix.
Mm.
Not necessarily to turn on him, but to kind of control. So he's gathering all these pieces together.
I mean, that would make sense because the way that they ended, quote unquote, ended that feud with Bray and Randy never really sat well with me.
Yeah, because you remember even with her, like she was sitting on top of the box. She had the black stuff running from her face and everything, which it distracted Bray. Like what the heck? And then Randy Orton hit him with the
It put him in
RKO.
a it put him in a trance.
Yep.
And then you got to think about when those weeks after she was sitting down saying that he was coming back, but he never
Mhm.
came back.
Mhm. Yep.
Now you see she doesn't use the doll anymore. The doll was to compensate for the fiend being gone.
Mhm.
So if the fiend comes back, then there's no need for the doll anymore.
Yep.
So
All I
I
can
don't
say is
know.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
All right, so I guess my final thing on this would be Alexa is being called. So the real question is how is it going to go down? Is it going to go down like it did last time, where the Fiend came out and he helped her up after she was about to get dropped by Braun Strowman when he was doing mental warfare with him, and then after that she started walking around, she started dreading up her hair and doing all kinds of weird stuff. Like, is it going to be that subtle or that gradual, or do you think she's just going to come out one day and just be on some whatever she was on before the Fiend left?
Um, I could kind of see it being like more of Uncle Howdy making his appearance with them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I could see more of that. Like I could see more of like Uncle Howdy appearing in the ring and looking at both of them and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was just about to say, do you think that Uncle Howdy is going to reveal himself to be Randy like before he makes an appearance as Uncle Howdy in the ring? Or do you think he's going to keep just doing backstage segments and then eventually just take it off and be like, it was me the whole time, some type of stuff?
No, I kind of feel like I don't know. This is kind of difficult. I think this Uncle Howdy is now going to be a character, but is going to be thus of a kind of managerial type of thing, like a
Mm.
presence and stuff. I think we will actually see the character of Uncle Howdy in the ring with Bray Wyatt. That's what I'm saying. Isn't even though it sounds like Bray, I don't think it is Bray. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I told you, some people said that it was Bo because they said they sounded like when Bo uses a real voice.
Yeah, and I'm out. That's what my go-to is. I'm just going based upon what this person said. Bray
And
was.
also, if Randy does somehow get roped back into the world of Bray Wyatt, what does that mean for Matt Riddle? Does that mean anything? Because he still comes out with the Arcade Bro 420 Bro shirts and stuff.
Nah, that's getting ready to phase off because him doing his thing with Elias. I mean, they're finding some way. I would love to see Matt Riddle actually go heel and be one of these ones that gets called into like this.
I mean, shit, he could.
Yeah.
Because when's the what month do they normally do the draft?
Oh
It's
man, we
after
have.
Wrestle. It's after WrestleMania, isn't it?
Yeah, we haven't seen that. You talk about the superstar shakeup? I haven't seen. We haven't seen
Yeah.
that junk in a while.
What they do that shit in
Cause
like April?
yeah, cause they literally been just intertwining. Everybody just shows up on the show that they want to.
Yeah, because yeah, they if I believe that if they are going to do a draft again, then they need to actually stick to it.
Yeah,
If you're going to have interpromotional matches, then it has to be on a premium live event, and it has to be something that actually means something, not just not just throwing people over there just
I
for the
feel
hell of
like,
it.
or I feel like the only time that you should be able to show up on a different show is if you're a champion.
Hmm. But then I was getting ready to say honestly, I like it better when the champions are brand exclusive too.
Mm, okay, see,
Like, there's
I
honestly no reason if Roman didn't have both titles. What reason would he ever have to go to Raw? Unless it was just to beef with Seth.
yeah.
That'd be the only reason. Other than that, what point? He's never on there now, and he's got both belts. He's literally only up there whenever he got some big fight going on. He wasn't even on there
Well,
for
that's his schedule.
the Monday. He wasn't even there the Monday before War Games.
That's that's only because of his schedule. He got that in his contract. Because before he had that lucrative contract, he was showing up on both shows
Well, that's see,
consistently.
and then that goes to my point too, because depending on who your champion is, Brock ain't showing up on both shows if he ever got the belt back. Roman rarely shows up. People when Raw came to Raleigh, I said Raleigh. When Raw came to Charlotte, people said, "Man, Roman wasn't there." I was like, if you actually watch wrestling consistently, you probably could have figured out Roman wasn't gonna be there.
Yeah,
The
because
bloodline
he,
will the bloodline will be there,
yeah,
but he won't. Him nor
right,
Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman is at his hip. I
yeah,
sometimes I wish that sometimes I wish the bloodline would show up with Paul Heyman without Roman sometimes. But
yeah,
I mean, I guess they don't really need to, because
mm-mm,
he's the counsel to Roman Reigns. He's not really the counsel over the bloodline.
right,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
So guys, I mean, tune in Friday to see what else happens. Like, see what happens next with Bray Wyatt. See what happens next with the Bloodline. See if KO is actually going to show up on SmackDown. And just keep tuning in to us, man. Keep subscribing, man. Keep logging into the IG. If you haven't listened to our podcast, you could stream it on all platforms. That's Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. Um, you know, go back to our early podcast. Like, before we even start getting on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like if you never
Yeah,
really heard, like go back to some of our oldest stuff. Like we got some gems, hidden in that. So definitely keep supporting us, keep listening and everything like that. We will soon have our trio back together. The schedule's still a conflict, but we are giving y'all these Beyond the Ropes where we just talk about little bit of segments and everything. Um, you know,
and
usually
definitely.
our trio is arguments. in debate.
Go ahead and definitely tell your friends to tell your other friends to go ahead and subscribe to us. Make sure you like these videos so they can pop up on your notifications on your algorithm.
Yeah, man.
So
And just
we normally try to get a video up like this at least each Monday or Tuesday, depending on what happened during wrestling. It's a lot easier for us to get them up here like this as opposed to meeting up.
yeah.
Sometimes, so we'll try to keep coming with content for you. Um, Also, go ahead and everybody tune in to AEW tomorrow.
Yes.
MJF is supposed to be coming back, and he's going to say exactly why him and William Regal have this weird ass relationship. So that will be good. So we'll probably next time you see us, we should be talking about that.
Yep. Hey, you
Hmm.
might see us again later on this week. You never know.
It's a good chance.
Yep. So once again, it's your boy JD, aka Mr. Mike Drop,
It's Trey, aka Treyway.
and you've been tuning in to OTR Beyond the Ropes. Peace.
Peace.